So, if it is 10 by 10, the first step is to position the columns, okay? The reasonable distance between the columns are 5, 6, 7 meters, yes? So if it is 10 meters, then you can divide it by 5. So I put one column here, one column here, one column here. For the staircase, you don't necessarily need columns. So for the staircase, you don't need 4 columns for the staircase. Even you don't need 2 columns. Because if you assume
is 8 meters, sorry to interrupt, is 8 meters too much for between the columns?
No. 8 meters is not too much, no.
Possible.
But it's a large span.
Yeah. It should be the beam is greater twice the length of the beam.
Sorry?
Column. The length of the beam and the column.
I've lost my money.
It's twice of the length of column.
No. It's not a rule. So let me start by reading. So I assume 1, 2, 3 columns here, 1, 2, 3 columns in the other direction. So when you want to design a steel structure, this is the way you show column by I section. If it is concrete, you use a square. Okay? If it was a concrete structure instead of I section, this was a symbol. But for use of steel structure, you use I section.
So we'll have another 9, yeah?
So, in this direction, you need to be careful where to put this. Because if, for example, put the column here,
I can't even see.
the next column could be in the middle of the service. So you need to check the architectural plan. Also, you cannot put a column in the middle of the parking, for example. Okay? So there are different rules, but if the distance between the columns are 5 meters, you can have 2 parking spaces here. So you cannot put a column here, for example, and leave just 2 meters for this one.
You have to have a smart.
Sorry?
You have to have a smart cabin. Smart car.
Smart one. So, so I assume 1 column here and 1 column, for example, here, to put the other column in this wall. Yes? Not to disturb the architectural plan. And the other column here.
Where?
It's not columns.
It's there.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
But what about the parking then?
I told you that don't assume very short distance between the columns in the parking. So 2 meters is not good. if you want to put a column here and one here, it should be at least 5 meters. Or if you want to put a column here, this should be, and you want to accommodate these two parking, so it should be 5 meters.
But what about
It should be reasonable.
the typical floor?
But if you see in the
Yeah, and also you need to be careful about this. So this side is not a problem, but when you want to put a column here, and this column should not disturb this living space as well.
But you gave us a dimension, so I mean, if someone has, let's say,
I
goes
gave you
bed.
I gave you dimension. So, but I haven't given you the dimension of these bedrooms and these things. So, if you want to show it, you need to show it one here and one here, for example. So don't disturb the architectural plan. And here, it shouldn't. If it is here,
Medley Membaka Andrew Key
It's
Jeffrey.
okay.
It's 2.5 is alright.
yeah, 2.5.
Yeah,
if
fuck
a
it.
car can pass between two columns.
Andrew, that is.
Huh?
So,
What? It wasn't Arabic. What did you say?
for the staircase,
No. It's Russian.
reasonable dimension is
No, it wasn't Russian.
5 meter length
I don't know.
for the staircase, 5 to 6 meter length,
I don't know.
and around 2.5 meter width for the staircase. So assume 2.5 for the width, and 5 to 6 meter for the length of the staircase. So from here,
Oh, we need
end of the
2.5.
staircase,
Yeah, 2.5 is
it's
fine.
around 5 to 6 meter.
2.5.
And this is around 2.5, 3 meters, okay? And the dimension for the lift is around 2.5 by 2.5. It's again your choice, but don't make it unreasonable.
Big heads in the way.
What you said?
So if you have got a column here, if you want to put a column here, then you will
I
have
need a
another
1.5
column
meters
here.
land
Okay?
to walk out. Maybe like 1.5
And for
meters.
this end, you have one
walk-
here
to
and
walk
one
onto.
here.
So
So
For the lift.
for the staircase, as I said, you don't need columns, but the problem is just for the mid-height story. So if you assume
Who are you, Mehdi? I wonder who that is.
if you assume staircase between the floors,
Oh, it's a dude.
this is the bottom floor, for example.
See, yeah,
Your staircase have got
it was a dude.
this landing area is this part. Then you have got inclined beam. Then you have got landing area in the mid-height storage. Okay? This must connect to a column, or if you have got two columns here, then this is your staircase.
So we need a column 3 meters
You have
above it.
got these beams. So you have got 4 inclined beams, okay? In the story level, there is no problem because if you have got in the floor level, you can place a beam here. You don't need a column. These inclined beams for the staircase can connect to this beam. So you don't have a problem here, on this side, the floor level. In the mid-story level, if there are two columns, we can place a mid-story beam here at this level, so that these inclined beams can connect to this mid-story beam. Yes? So if you have got two columns here, it's easier for you. But if you don't have one column, for example, here, and your column is here, then again, it's not a problem, because you still can have your mid-story beam, but it's a longer beam. And this mid-story beam for staircase can connect to this mid-story beam, which is placed between this column and this column. So just don't put 4 columns for the staircase. You have got this column anyway, because it's corner, yes. But you don't need to have a column here. And this beam is in this line, and it's embedded in the wall, so there is no problem. Okay? So if you have got a beam here, if you have got a column here, you don't necessarily need a column here. You can put a column here, and the other column here. So if you assume 5 meters for this spans, then these spans are again 5 meters for my case. You have got one column here. Just for this column, it's better that this column is in one of these walls that you have got here. Okay? And this column shouldn't disturb the parking. Okay? So if it's 5 meters, it's okay. So you have got a column here. So then you label them A, B, C.
So it's 7.53 in
What's the average distance like for putting the columns?
Sorry?
Every 5 meters or every 6 meters?
That's your dimensions though, isn't it?
Depends on
I said 5, 6 meters is okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if you are not here, not because it's a very simple plan, but sometimes you may force to put columns closer to 3 meters or even longer, 10 meters. Everything is possible in structural engineering. You just need to design. But you need to make it as simple as possible and as regular as possible. Yes. So these are our columns here. Then you need to place primary beams and secondary beams. So primary beams are line dash symbol. It's better to show it with different colors, but I don't have different colors at the moment. And for all the primary beams, we have got one here. So this is the staircase. So you need another beam here. Yes. And for the lift, you can assume the width of the lift equal to the width of the stair if you want. So so this part is void because of the lift. So you need beams here. So this beam can be this length So you can have a beam like this beam here from this point to